Hi, so there's been a question about how to do the decimal squares. So I'm going to do one with you and you can see how well you are doing. Now on this first one, which is number 1 in the packet, it says that the sum for every column, this is a column, and every row and every diagonal must add up to 9.0. So how do we figure out what's in the missing squares? Well, we start with what we know. We know these two are there, and whatever these two add up to, plus whatever this should be, will become 9.0. So we're going to start by adding 1.8 plus 3.0, and we know that equals 4.8. So the sum of these two is 4.8. So we're going to take that sum away from 9.0 so we can figure out what is going to be in the missing square. So when we take 4.8 away from 9.0, we get 4.2. So now I can write that in the box because 4.2 plus 3.0 plus 1.8 add up to the required 9.0 that it says above our problem. So now we have two more together that we can add together to figure out what goes in this box. So I'm going to take 3.6 and I'm going to add it to 4.2, which gives me 7.8. And when I subtract that from 9.0, because all three boxes have to add up to 9.0, I get 1.2. And so I'm going to put 1.2 in this box because 3.6 and 4.2 and 1.2, when they're all added together, make 9.0. So now I have these two going that way or these two going that way. I'm going to go with these two going that way. So I'm going to add 3.0 plus 1.2, that's these two right here, to figure out what goes in this box. We know that 3.0 plus 1.2 is 4.2. And if I subtract that from 9.0, 4.2, I get 4.8. So I'm going to put 4.8 in that box. Okay, so now I'm going to look at these up here. I have 4.8 and I have 3.6, but I don't know what goes here. So I'm going to add 4.8 plus 3.6, and that adds up to 8.4. And I'm going to take 8.4 away from the 9.0 that all the squares add up to, and that's 0.6. So in that box, I'm going to have 0.6. So now I can look at this column here. I could do any columns, but I'm choosing to do this one. I know I have the 0.6, and I have the 3.0, and that equals 3.6. So when I take that away from 9.0, like I've been doing with all of the boxes, I then get 5.4. So I'm going to put 5.4 right here. So now I just have to figure out what's in the last box. So I'm going to add that 5.4 with this 1.2, which gives me 6.6. And I'm going to take those two numbers and subtract them from the 9.0 so that I can figure out what's in this box. And when I do that, I get 2.4. So I'm going to put 2.4 in this box, but I have to double check first. Do all these three added together make 9.0? Because if they don't, then I'm wrong. So I'm going to do the 4.8 plus 1.8 plus 2.4. So when I do 4.8 plus 1.8, I have 8 plus 8 is 16. And I carry that 1, so I have 5. I have 6.6 plus 2.4, and that equals 9.0. So everything worked out. I hope that helps you.